The cultural genocide of Native Americans highlights the profound impact of forced assimilation on Native communities, particularly during the assimilation period. Boarding schools, such as Haskell Indian Nations University, were originally designed to civilize Native children. The U.S. government and Christian missionaries created these institutions to strip Native Americans of their culture, identity, language, and spiritual practices. Children were often kidnapped from their families and forced into environments where they were made to abandon their native customs, dress, language, and even their names. This cultural erasure led to severe trauma, physical abuse, and even death for many students. The history of the forced assimilation of Native Americans is divided into two eras: the war period and the assimilation period. During the war period, Native Americans fought against European and Anglo-American forces to defend their land and way of life. However, they were vastly outnumbered and ultimately lost most of their land. After these wars, during the assimilation period, the U.S. government turned to nonviolent methods to destroy Native cultures, mainly through boarding schools and other policies that promoted Anglo-American values and individualism. Terrible conditions in the boarding schools, including physical punishment, poor sanitation, and the emotional trauma of being separated from families for years, were common. Overcrowding and poor medical care caused the deaths of many children, and parents were often not even informed of their children's passing. In addition to forced schooling, the Dawes Act, 1887, sought to assimilate Native Americans by dividing communal lands into privately owned plots, encouraging farming, and promoting the idea of private property, which was contrary to Native American communal values. The result was the loss of millions of acres of native land to non-natives, as native families were pressured to sell their plots at low prices. The overall outcome of these policies was not only the destruction of Native American cultures, but also long-lasting poverty, loss of identity, and social disintegration that continues to affect Native communities today. Despite these atrocities, Native American communities have persisted in preserving their cultural heritage and identity. Institutions like Haskell, originally created to assimilate Native children, now serve as centers for Native American education and cultural preservation, symbolizing the resilience of these communities. Continued struggles faced by Native American communities highlight the importance of understanding how past policies have shaped their present conditions.